Well friends, now we are going to do should, one of the modal auxiliaries. We have already seen can and could, and now we are going to see should. Okay, now as the word itself suggests, should talks about you should do this, you should not do that. Okay, so when we use imperative sentences, that is advices, orders, we always use the modal auxiliary should. But I am going to give you some proper usages of should. You take down and I will explain to you. Is often used often used to express first point, duty or obligation. Okay, what is duty? You should obey your parents. That is your duty. So, that is one of the duties that everybody should follow. You should obey your parents. You should respect your elders. All these are duties. Example, you should obey your parents. Should. You should respect your elders. Okay, so these two, and next point, obligation we have given. For that, I'll give you some sentences. You should be present here. And I should leave now. And one more. Promises should be kept. Okay. So I have given you 5 sentences. You should obey your parents. You should respect your elders. These are all duties. And also you should be present here. I should leave now. This is not a duty. I should leave now is obligation. Promises should be kept is another obligation. Okay. So we have here duty and obligation is the first point where should is used. Okay. We will see the second. I will give you a Roman number. Second Roman number. First, so what is the first Roman number? Duty and obligation, and we are going to see the next one, which is purpose. Purpose, okay? Example, walk carefully lest you fall. Lest you should fall. Okay? Walk carefully lest you should fall. This is a purpose. The purpose of you walking carefully is to avoid falling down. Okay. Next one, condition. Condition, should you work hard? You shall succeed. Okay, let's see. Purpose, walk carefully lest you should fall. This is the purpose. And the third one is condition, should you work hard, you shall succeed. Okay, now, should you work hard, you shall succeed means if you work hard, you will succeed. Okay, using should or using if also, we can say the same sentence. Should you work hard, you shall succeed. Okay, now let's see the next point. Should plus have. So we've seen condition, future in the past. Okay. Future in the past. You may wonder how both the tenses are together. It's not two tenses together, but it's talking about the future, which is, we should, like for example, I told him that I should go there. I told him. You're narrating something which happened in the past. I told him that he should stop smoking. See, I told him is a past tense. He told some time back that he should stop smoking. That is, in future, he should not smoke. So, future in the past, that's another usage. I told him that he should not wear that black shoes. I told him that he should not go to America. I told him that he should not carry all the books. That is a future. He is denoting the future action, but he is using the past tense. That is, I told him. That is what has happened, what he has spoken in the past. He spoke about the future. Okay. This is one example. The next one. Did I not tell you that you should or you should qualify? Did I not tell you, that is, didn't I tell you in the past, okay, didn't I tell you that you should qualify in future? One more sentence I'll give you. You answered that we should not cut trees or cut down trees. You answered, it's in the past, that we should not cut trees. It talks about a future incident. Okay? I hope you've understood the usages of should. First is duty and obligation. First example is, you should obey your parents. That is a duty. You should respect your elders. That's also your duty. You should be present here. That is an obligation. You should be present here if you have to see me. Okay? I should leave now. That's also an obligation. Promises should be kept. This is our duty. We should keep up our promises. Okay? So, these are all duty and obligation. Next one, purpose. Walk carefully lest you should fall. So, should here is used to denote a purpose in you walking slowly. Third example, condition. Should you work hard, you shall succeed. Should you work hard? That is, if you work hard. If you work hard, you shall succeed, or should you work hard, you shall succeed. It talks about condition. Actually, when we use if here, we use it the conditional clauses. Conditional clause, we will do that clauses later. All the different types of clauses we will do later. But here, instead of should, we can also use if. Should you work hard, you shall succeed. This is the third usage. Now, we will move on to the fourth usage, future in the past. Example, I told him that he should stop smoking. That is, smoking in future. He is talking about a future action which he had advised earlier. I told him that he should stop smoking. Did I not tell you that you should qualify? So, somebody who goes for an interview and asks, will I get a job here? Then the manager may say, didn't I tell you that you should qualify first for the exam or for the interview? Okay, so should here. You answered that we should not cut trees, or you told that we should not cut trees. You advised that we should not, we can even have it as advised to make it more meaningful, advised. You advised that we should not cut trees. So, these are the usages of should, one of the modal auxiliaries, duty, obligation, purpose, condition and future in the past. Okay, better learn, be attentive, because after finishing all the models, I am going to give you a small little test to test whether you have comprehended all the usages of models. The next model that we are going to see is must, M-U-S-T, must. It expresses, first one, necessity and we will see the example now. Example, you must follow the rules. Next sentence. We must not speak in the library. We must not speak in the library. Next one. Children children must not chew gums. Okay? Necessity. You must follow the rules. We must not speak in the library. And children must not chew gums. Why should children not chew gums? Because it may get stuck in their throat and it may suffocate them. And library, we usually should not or must not. Should and must almost have the same uses, but still you have to learn the rules. Okay? So we must not speak in the library. They always put a board there. Silence, please. Because libraries are meant for people to come and read books, and we must not speak or we should not make any noise. You order, that is when we order someone, telling them you should do this, you should not do that, you must do this, you must not do that, it is an order. Okay? We just give, for example, we say, we must not leave the hall. Or you can even say, you must not leave the hall, anything. Okay? You must not leave the hall. So, this is an order. Okay. Next one, can we have another example? We must not drink here. Drink alcohol. Alcohol. As it is bad for health. We must not drink alcohol as it is bad for health. Okay, so this is an order. Next rule is strong possibility. Now, what is a strong possibility? Something which can be a very, very definite possibility. That is why we say strong possibility. If I say, for example, it must be 6 p.m. or 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, as it is getting dark. As it is getting dark. Okay, now when I talk about the 6 o'clock and getting dark, maybe only in these Asian countries we have sun setting at around 6 o'clock. But in foreign countries, like for USA for example, during winter, the sun sets only at 9 o'clock. Isn't it so funny? So this rule cannot be for all countries, only for Asian countries. Certain countries the sun doesn't set at all. They call it the land of the rising sun. Okay, so this rule is just for our country or any other Asian country. Next rule is determination. Now what is determination? When you make up your mind to do something, it is determination. That is, you make up your mind, I must obey, I must clean my shoes, I must wear a pretty dress for the party. So like that, if you make up your mind to do something, you are making a determination. Okay? For example, I must work hard for my exams. This determination is expected in all students, whether it is school students or college students. You must work hard, isn't it? That's what it says. I must work hard for my exams. So this is a determination. You're making up a strong aim. You're aiming for passing your exam. So you have to work hard. So that is an example. Maybe I can give you another example. This is one. I'll give you another example. I must help him. I must help my friend. Who is in dire need. I must help my friend who is in dire need. That a dire need means terribly in need of some help. It may be financial help or some other situational help. So you make up your mind to help your friend. Okay, I must help my friend who is in dire need. Next one, next rule we'll see. So under determination, I must work hard for my exams and I must help my friend in dire need. Next rule, deduction. Deduction, or you can even call inference. Inference is nothing but deduction. Okay, what is deduction? When you analyze a salt in the laboratory, you just do many experiments and then you come to some conclusion, this salt is a nitrate or this salt is a sulfate. So that is called the deduction or inference. Okay? Or for example, let's take Sherlock Holmes. Baker Street number 10, Sherlock Holmes. He will always look into certain matters and he will come to some conclusion. He'll deduce or he'll come to some inference, he'll make some inferences or he'll make some conclusions saying this is what it is. Because of this, I think that the murderer is so and so. So, deduction or inference, I'll give you an example now. Sherlock Holmes Holmes' deduction was that the diamond was stolen by a pretty lady. Sherlock Holmes' deduction was that the diamond was stolen by a pretty lady. Okay, that is a deduction. Next one, second example I'll give you. He has a big house or big bungalow. So, he must be rich. He has a big bungalow, so he must be rich. So, you are coming to the deduction. Since he has a big bungalow, he must be rich. You are coming to the inference, or you are coming to the conclusion that he must be rich. Okay, so deduction or inference means coming to a conclusion. Sherlock Holmes's deduction was that the diamond was stolen by a pretty lady. If you watch the Pink Panther movie, Steve Martin, he finds out, he acts as a detective and he finds out who stole the diamond. Okay, so deductions or inferences are nothing but conclusions. Okay, we will see the next rule, must plus have. Plus have. This is the last rule for must. It is used for a past action. I told you already for should, how must plus should I use. You must have, I told him that he should have done that. That is what I taught you the previous rule, isn't it? That is for should. Here, must plus have. You must, like for example, yesterday you must have lost your purse in the train. Yesterday you must have. See, this is another rule. You must plus have is another rule. One more rule I'll give you. I must have, this is 1, this is 2. I must have forgotten your address or your number. Must plus have. Okay, I am sure you've got enough rules to follow for this must. Shall we have a quick recap? First one, necessity. That is when it is needed only we use. Okay, you must follow the rules. It is a necessity that you should follow the rules, isn't it? If you don't follow the rules, there will be complete chaos and confusion. We must not speak in the library. This is another necessity which you should follow. In a library, you should never speak, you should quietly read. Because if you speak, you will be disturbing the others in the library. Children must not chew gums. I already told you, if they are given chewing gums, they will swallow it and it may get stuck in the intestines. Next usage is order. You must not leave the hall. It is an order. You must not leave the hall before the exams. It's a rule that when you're writing a public exam, even if you write within half an hour, you cannot go out. You'll have to sit and wait till the end of the time. So you must not leave the hall. We must not drink alcohol as it is bad for health. It's a general axiom. If people keep drinking alcohol, consuming alcohol very often, it is very hazardous to their health. It's bad for their health. Next thing is strong possibility. It must be 6 o'clock as it is getting dark. Like possibility. Because it is dark, I think it must be 6 o'clock. It is a possibility. Okay. Or if you say the dog is barking, there must be someone outside the door. Okay, I have given only one example here. Maybe this is, you can take down that also. As the dog is barking outside, it must be someone at the door. Okay, that's a strong possibility. Next one talks about determination. For example, I must work hard for my exams. You must work hard, otherwise you will not get good marks, isn't it? Second one, I must help my friend who is in dire need. That is, you are determined, you have made up your mind. Determination is nothing but making up your mind. Okay? I must help my friend who is in dire need. Dire means in extreme need or in very, very bad situation. So, I must help my friend. Next one, deduction or inference, conclusion. Sherlock Holmes's deduction was that the diamond was stolen by a pretty lady. He has a big bungalow, so he must be rich. Or you can say she has a pretty dress, so she must be rich. Or she has plenty of saris, so she must be rich. Okay, so all these are deductions or inferences. Next one, must plus have. Yesterday, you must have lost your purse in the train. Yesterday, you lost your purse, you said. You must have lost it in the train. Or you must have lost it when you were crossing the road. Or something like that. Must have we use. Next example is, I must have forgotten your number. Why don't you call me if your friend asks you? You must say, I must have forgotten your number. Okay. So, now you know the usages of must. We will move on to the next modal auxiliary.